All right, so these are the supplies that you'll need. First of all, this is an adhesive magnetic sheet. They make some that are printable. These are not printable, but they're just like long strips of paper with magnets on the back. People use them to make photographs into magnets, things like that. These are 1/2 millimeter thick. They come in different thicknesses, but if you get 1/2 millimeter, then we have these magnets. The tiny magnets are 1 millimeter thick, so they will exactly fit. So the cut file that I'm going to give you is made to exactly fit these magnets that I'll put a link to in the comments, but they are 5 millimeters around. Well, is it the diameter? Don't tell my math teacher, I forgot. I think it's the diameter. And then they're 1 millimeter thick, so they'll fit exactly into 2 layers of this. And then craft paper of your choice. I picked this up because it had some shiny ones that I wanted to do. And then some super glue. And of course your cutting machine. I'm going to post a link to the project on Cricut Design Space. If you don't have a Cricut Design Space, if you have like a Silhouette or something like that, some other kind of cutter, I will post the SVG file as well. So part 1 is going to be cutting the magnets. You'll want either the SVG or the Cricut file called Larkin magnet piece. And do keep in mind that there are 2 different files. There's one for the top of the glasses and then one for this magnetic piece. Hit customize it so that you can do the number that you want to do. If you hit customize, you can change the number. The file I have has it set up to do 6 because that will make 3 pairs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit make it. And then you need to adjust to your size. Again, I have letter size sheets, so it will arrange them. 6 down, continue. And then you need to choose material. The material that I used, and again, this is on a Cricut, is the magnetic 1/2 millimeter sheets. If you do the 6 millimeter, it will want you to use your deep blade, which is how I destroyed this mat. I will tell you that this setting, even if you put it on more pressure, which I would recommend, is a little too light. But like I said, the deep blade just like destroyed my mat. So yeah, I'm gonna go with not that. So I get the machine started. And it's going to cut out your magnets once you push go. Important tip, push go. All right, so here's how they came out. I forgot that 6 won't quite fit, so I had to stop my machine. I'll change the file so it won't do that to y'all. But you'll see it cut really good on the front, but like I said, using the fine, it does not go all the way through. It is scored, however. I don't know if you can see that in the light. So it takes a teeny bit of muscle to point out, but like I said, for me, the trade-off was worth it to not waste my mat. If you do the 6 millimeter setting, it will absolutely go through, but it's probably gonna mess up your mat. So hopefully you can find a happy medium. All right, and this is just, I'm doing this one-handed, so it's gonna be a little awkward because I'm trying to hold my phone, but you can see it comes out pretty easily. It's not that hard. All right, this is what they'll look like when you're through. Make sure you punch out the little holes. And I like to leave the sticky stuff on until I'm ready to put them together because this is super crazy sticky. So we're gonna take one and very carefully line it up and do it slow, because if you do it fast or if you do it while you're trying to film a video, you'll get like a double line, which you may be able to see out of your glasses, and it's like a little bit movable, but this particular brand is really sticky. Get them all lined up, squish them together really hard to activate the adhesive, and I'm leaving this top layer of protector. This is also adhesive, right? Because it's the same thing. Leaving that on until I'm ready to put the topper on. But that's what your blank looks like. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is the topper. Again, I have the Cricut file, or I'll post the SVG if you have a different kind of cutter than a Cricut. If you want to change the number, you just hit customize. Here I just have one. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate it and make two just to use up my material. Honestly, I think I could get 3, but I'm not gonna force it. But then when you have the number that you want, make it. I am just using some regular, this is cardstock that I got at Joann's, of little flamingos, and just put that on your machine. The only way to screw this up is to use the wrong file. This is the topper, and that is actually important. It doesn't seem like it'd be important because the files look the same, but this does not have the little hole. This is gonna cover the little hole when we eventually make, like I have some that I already did here. And it's gonna cover that hole up when we put it together. Okay, so please ignore the mess. So I could get the shot, I had to point the camera this way. The last phase, we're just gonna take our blank and apply the paper first. Again, this is crazy sticky. So be very careful. I find it easier to start at the edge, and it will stick to your fingers. It's annoying. But my advice is just go very slow. Actually slower than I'm going. Unfortunately, I'm left-handed, guys. I'm sorry. I should have put the camera on the other side. But try to line it up as closely as possible. And there you have your basic topper, and you'll see on the back there's still a hole for the magnets. So that's this part. Get your 2 magnets out. If you have any little kids or dogs, like I have dogs, be careful because these magnets can be really dangerous if they get swallowed. So try to keep aware of where your magnets are at all times. Before I put them on the glasses, you gotta check and make sure that they're polarized right. So these are my actual pair of glasses. I went ahead and attached the magnets to them so I know which direction they go. And I'm gonna slide them right there. Then this is just normal super glue. Any checkout line. I put actually way too much on that one. The tiniest dot ever of super glue. And this is actually really satisfying because these fit so exactly. You gotta be careful that it doesn't flip on you, but, well, because I'm put it on the hole and then push it down with your thing first. I hate getting super glue on my hand, which I just did. But it will actually fit in the hole like exactly if I hadn't had that little hiccup of having too much glue in there. So hopefully this one will go a little better. Just stick it there, and then you can use, yeah, that one went in perfect. It made a nice little pop. Give the glue just a minute to set up. I have glue all over my finger now. Yay, I hate super glue on my fingers. I'm gonna make sure that there's no super glue on the outside of this magnet so I don't have permanent flamingo toppers. Yeah, it's still a little bit stuck on there. But that's everything. If you want, you can put a coating on it, like nail polish, something like that. Make sure this is, but they just snap right on your glasses. They're really thin. Oh, another thing I should have said is this is bendable. If you bend it just a little bit, like that way and that way, it will conform. See it, it'll attach the bridge better, but they're actually really thin. And I don't have them yet, but I ordered some Scotch Dots. Scotch Dots are reusable sticky stuff. It's kind of like those mats that you put your cell phone on in your car. And I'm gonna see if that will help just give a little closer profile to the actual glasses, because that's not just with homemade, but with all pear glasses, something that drives me crazy. Like, you know how there's no magnet at the bottom, so the bottom sticks out. So we'll see. But I'll give you an update later. All the materials that I used are in the comments, and let me know if you have any questions or problems using the file. Thanks.